Lord said, confession good for the soul. So right now,
all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot call to be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top dog. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on a life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you, I had your life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me, but that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name, now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas, not knowing that them handcuffs custom made the face. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design it. Cause when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gonna be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head to make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap, I thank the Lord for the day I was on 8th Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. Found the DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Isupk until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand, gotta promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crown, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty, make me this hit man. Reminiscing on the pain that was felt. Shit, I was in the jam. Shit, I needed help. But Swan was locked up and the judge put man on the shelf. Had me crying cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with my grinding. Now I ain't trying to prove shit to nobody but Muhammad. Cause most these niggas lie and pump smoke. One time for the most high, he made me a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was to smash my opponent. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last. Dear God, I hope you accept my atonement. Cause all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be
Shalom, Israel. This is the Isupk. Started off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, 1969, under Commanding General Yohana, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians of the 12 tribes of Israel. I'm Officer Stucture out of South Carolina, teaching the Lashawan Qadash class tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the Hebrew chart, and of course we're going to talk a lot about the Hebrew word structure. So, as we wait for people to get in the chat, see Officer Shar's posted it already. We got Israelite School of the UPK, and we Lashawan Qadash. The main structure that we have in class, of course, is us, our people. We're a commodity, and our thing is the chart. We make sure we adhere and go out of chart as we wait for more people to get in class. We're going to show you a little bit about how words are structured in their forms, their preposition forms. I think we have, let's see, who we have in the chat. Isupk, Yahweh, formerly known as Mikey. Clap it up for his new name. Put some hand claps in there for Mikey. Isupk. All right. Glad to have your name, Trooper. And that's what we're going to talk about here tonight. And then from now on, you're going to check in, man. You're a trooper now. You check in the class. And that's what we did even when we were young men. Check in the class and keep growing, in the Isupk. So, we'll sit here. As we wait for more people to get in the chat, we'll talk a little bit about how many. Let's see. How many? Let's go over this real quick. Let's go over this side here. How many characters are there in Hebrew? Isupk, or anybody? There's 22, right? There's 22 characters in the Hebrew language. And that's in the Paleo and the Assyrian. Only difference is the Paleo has 22 characters. The Assyrian has 27, of course. That's 5 extra characters, making it 27. So, they have 5 ending characters. That's the difference right there in the Assyrian. 5 ending characters, okay? And that's the Assyrian, of course. And the Paleo is 22. And of course, there's 22 in the Assyrian also, but there are 5 extra ending characters. And they, they ka, ma, na, pa, ta, za. They'll come in handy when you start to reach the knock and you'll wonder what those things are sticking to the side over there. You understand? Let's see if, I know D'Angelo, his new name is Akazamar, I believe. And we're waiting him. He'll be checking in also, I'm pretty sure. Or if not, it's probably guys getting off work, and I understand that, But how many vowel sounds are there in Hebrew? Isupk, if you remember. And now's the time to go over that. Because in the chart, as we go over this Hebrew chart up here, well, we have Abba, Gada, Hawazaka, Tayakala, Manasa, Ipatazakwarashata. And that's in both Hebrew, Paleo, the ancient Hebrew, and the Assyrian Hebrew, in which we're in captivity. So I believe Isupk has an answer there for me. He's got 2 out of 1. Exactly right. Hell yeah. Clap it up for him. Clap it up for him. Isupk says 2. My official hand clap there. Exactly right. That's 2. He's exactly right. And that's 2 characters. And I'll give them to you. They are the like that, and the I. And of course, the and the I. Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and write it out like this. I looks like this. but that's an I like that. And this is an ah, of course. And then, of course, in Assyrian, that A looks like this. And get used to that. I mean, that's how we do it. And of course, in Assyrian, it looks like a little squiggly little Y like that. That's how I've always written it. So in Assyrian, and it's important to know those because it helps you to learn how to enunciate the words, man. Pronounce them or to enunciate them, because they're the words. It helps you with our word structure tonight, of course. We say stuff like ba, yath, and you'll begin to see how they're broken down. But you got to know that there's only 2 vowels, so you're gonna be saying all night long until you get to the I. Then the I, that's one. There are words with just have an I in them, okay? Just like that. That's why we write it on there all the time. And of course, the ending characters, we won't go over this too much tonight. We'll just get into class and start working up in here and show you, because I just want to show you that you got to get really versed on the chart, and it takes time. I mean, but you allocate yourself some time during your day. I know you got a busy schedule. If you allocate a half an hour, I mean that's a good enough time. So I used to allocate a whole hour, sometimes more than that, But that's just the beginning, how we're writing something here. We have a word here. We have a word called, we'll get started right here, guys. We're going to talk about Hebrew word structure as it relates to Paleo and Assyrian word structure. And it's good to know both, and of course we're going to get into the Hebrew connectors. And the Hebrew connectors, you have a connector looks like this. One like that, and one looks like this. That connector, you have this is called a dependent. That means it can make other sounds depend on themselves. That's what that means. That's a dependent connector. This is independent. That means it can make a sound just sounds by itself. Doesn't need any help. Independent. It's like independent. It's like you there. Sometimes my spelling is haywire. And these are what you call connectors. And we'll focus a little bit on that also, because they help you break down words also when you see them. Okay? So let's break this down here. Let's go into this right here. As a matter of fact, I got a word up here. It's called house. It's like, like your house, like the house that you got, you got you and your wife, your children, man, whatever. And that's called the house. Bayath. That word is spelled B-A-Y-A-T-H. And so, I mean, we broke it down here in Assyrian and black, and then for the sake of writing, we're going to use, in the Paleo, we're going to use black, and for tonight, we'll use the Assyrian, we'll use blue, so people can see it. And I try to write as big as I can, because I know sometimes it's hard to see that. But the word structure, man, what we're doing here is to show you how words are put together and how because the words, once you get the words, we can put them in sentences. And we'll show you. I'm going to give a diagram here of dependent and independent connectors, and I'm going to show you, and I want to ask you, is this correct or not? I use the color red here. I'm going to ask you, is this right? Am I doing this right? So I want you guys to follow me, okay? Follow me. All I did was write the dependent and independent connectors in, because this is Paleo, and that's how you have to, you'll see that written down a lot. Matter of fact, you won't ever see what you shouldn't see. I mean, in ancient writings, you're going to see these connectors. The Most High did that, and that's what we understand. That this is our language, man, when we say this right here. So I want you to, in the chat, let me know, put la'ah or kan. You know, la'ah means no and kan means yes. Is that, are these the connections that I wrote down in red, is that correct? You know, let me know. Type it in the chat, because this is your virtual participation, you know, because we're going to get into some more things about this little word. It's actually a sentence because you have two or more words to complete understanding. So that's a sentence right there. The house. That's like this could be a statement, could be a question. You know, you don't have to say anything else about the house. You can just put a period there, really, if you wanted to. The house. They can answer something. Say, where are you going? To the house or the house. So you can actually put a period there. That's like a complete sentence. So that being said, concentrate on, like I said, the connectors as we continue from last week, as people check in the class. The house, and I'm writing this word, bayath. So tell me, did I write the connectors correctly? Knowing what you know about the connectors over here to the right, you know, dependent is like the U. Look, there's a U, and then independent would be the upside down U. So type it in the chat. Is that correct? Let me know. I'll give you guys a few seconds there. Okay? Let me know if you guys got what you got there. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let me know what you got. Tell me, did I do those connections right? I mean, you know, go ahead and participate. If it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter. That's not the point. I'm never interested. Yeah, eventually I'm interested in right or wrong, but I'd rather get a wrong answer not to get any. So that helps. So let me know. I want to know, are these connectors right that I put in red here, according to the explanation that I put up there in the connector? So put yes or no. Give you guys a few seconds. Okay. Lock. That's all I want you, just trying to get you guys to understand something about connectors there, because they kind of help you pronounce the words, because once you get used to that, you'll automatically just do it without even thinking about it. So that's what I want you guys to do. When you're in the chat there, just type it up. This, in other words, is that connectors in the red, right? We'll give you guys 10 more seconds there. Okay? Excuse me. Okay. Okay, that's what I was looking for here. Looking for our live class here mainly. Let me see. Okay. Give you guys a few more seconds there, just trying to get you to let me know if okay. All right. So the answer is yes. You know, this is correct. I mean, in other words, up here, before we go further, we're talking about word structure here. We're talking about, this is a B. Like, let's do it this way. I'm going to say ba, and I'm just kind of doing this for illustration here. This is a ba, ya, and this is a tha. They go together. If you notice up on the board how that's written, it's just that easy. Ba, that's a B. in Paleo. And you have a Yah, people who are looking at home. You know, you guys welcome to participate too, even if you didn't check in the class. By all means. Yah, that is a Yah. Looks like a laid down Z there. Okay? And then you have a Tha, like a sideways cross. Always thought it was unusual when they write the Tha. Just like that, because it looks nothing like this Tha underneath it. And I bring the word straight down. We'll get into Assyrian here in a second. But in the Paleo, the independent connect, you want this B to sound by itself. You want it to sound ba, like that. You don't want it to say ba ya. You want to say ba by itself. So that's how you pronounce a word, ba. And then you want to say a ya with a tha. And a ya with a tha would sound like yath, yath. You know, it'll sound like yath. That's the whole idea. And so, but if you want to put the Y and the TH together, you must put what we call a dependent connector. No more, no less, just that easy. So you have to say this little laid down Z there and that top T cross there, that is Yah, Yath. Looks like Yatha, but you drop the A. It's not needed right there. Sometimes it is, but not this case. Bayaf. And that breakdown right there is how you correctly pronounce the word Bayaf, which means house, okay, in Hebrew. And then, of course, we come over here, before we get into the Assyrian. Well, I mean, we can do the Assyrian. Let's do the Assyrian right here. The Assyrian's in blue. Well, that's what a B looks like in Assyria. It looks like a hangman's stick, you know. And then you have a little bird sticking up here. That's a Yah. And, of course, the difference is a lot of people get these mixed up. But if you notice, this right here is a little club on the end right there. That's the giveaway that that's a Tha. That's the giveaway that that is a Tha. Okay? That's the giveaway that that's a Tha. All right? Because there are other characters that look just like that. The Ka and the Ha looks just like it. Only one has a space up here and one doesn't and don't have a club. So you'll get used to doing that. But you see that little club on the end there? That's usually a Tha, and that's what this is. That T-H-A, you drop it. In this case, you drop it. You have Bayath, the house. So if I want to write the word the over here, you know, you got a word the. You know, you wanna write. Oh, excuse me, slump. Yeah, sorry. The house, ha. That word, if you want to write that, and that is what we will call a preposition. We want to use the preposition before that to get the out of there. And also all we have to say is ha-bayath. Ha-bayath. So over here, of course, in Hebrew, we have to write that ha. We're going to write it in Paleo, it looks like this. And that's a ha. Okay? So we wrote it. That's the complete breakdown of the word the house. Okay? Now I want to write, I'm trying to do some sentence structure here so you'll see that, I write it above here. Let's see here, let's write it above like this. Let's see like this. Let's write it up here somewhere so we'll have some room. Okay? Like that, okay? All right. Now, let's write, if I want to write the word our house. You know, how would we do that? If you know, that's a, you know, you want to write the house. And you say, where you going to the house? And then, so whose house is it? Our house. So let's write the sentence out. Let's just complete it. Let's show you our word structure, man, how we put words together. And sometimes we have to use preposition. And that's what this is. It's a preposition. That's what ha is, okay? So we want to use, we want to write our house. Or for that matter, let's see, do we want to write in our house? Let's just say, I mean, well, I can do that. Did I want to write that? Yeah, let's write in our house. So we're cozy, man. We're in our house. Let me get it right up under here. Let me do it a little better here. So we want to write in, okay, our, then we want to write the word house again. That'd be the same as bayaf, right there. So, but let's address this in our. I mean, how would you write that? So let's take our time and write that. So we'll do the same thing here. We'll say bayaf. That's house. We got that much of it. Okay. Now over here, of course, we're going to say, well, in. So let's break that down here. Let's just put it another color here so you can see it. Okay? There's people still checking in on Friday, I understand. You know, had a long day. I got it. Okay? So, so the word for in the prepositional form is ba. Okay? So that's a preposition also. And you need that. You need that if you want to say in our house. But you know, we can use the word for our, but usually we're going to use what we call a possessive adjective to go along with this noun, house. And you know, possessive adjective, and that's what we use. So we're going to call this the possessive adjective is nawa. We'll say nawa. But we want to take that and put it over here. So we want to say nawa. So you have a word bayaf nawa. So you have. So we don't really need it in front of here. So we'll erase that right there. Okay, just for the sake of showing you. So we have a word, ba bayafnawa. Ba bayafnawa. And that means, it means in our house is what it means in Hebrew. Because you just gave a possession to the house. It's whose house? It's our house, man. You know, you can say in the house. You can say baha bayaf. Or you can say in our house, ba bayanawa. Bayanawa. You get used to saying that, okay? And so let's write it out. Let's write out what that really looks like in Hebrew. And so you'll understand, again, I mean, you know, we're just trying to show you how you use word structure to create words and make, and now we started to put it in sentences, okay? So it's like a word structure, sentence structure. And we're going to get a little better and a little bigger and more complicated in a second here. But we've got to start off with simple words like bayaf in their simple forms, the house, you know, ha bayaf. And there it is, ha bayaf. And over here, of course, we have it up there in Paleo in green, in Assyrian in green. So let's write it over here. That's right here. Let's write, let me see if I got some Let's write the word. Let's give you some room over here. Okay? So we say ba, ya, nawa. Okay? Ba, ya, nawa. And let's spell that out. Let's see what that looks like spelled out. So let's use a little green here, okay? First thing we're gonna do, we write Hebrew always which direction? From right to left, okay? So we're gonna say, when you just wanna say ba, you look over there at the chart in the paleo and you see a B. So you write that B like this. There it is. Well, let me do that in a different color here. Because that's gonna be my, Assyrian color. Let's just do that in black here. So we'll write a B like this in paleo, okay? Like that. That's ba, all right? Like this. Okay? That's how you write that. Okay? Somebody put a slick on this thing for me against me. I don't know why. Let's put a little bit of grease juice to it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see here. So ba, and then we have let's see, do we want to write the word? Let's do we want to write the word ba. Of course, that'll be your preposition right there. Then we want to write another ba right here, just like that. Okay? Just like that. Ba. And we want to write the ya like this. Okay? And we want to write the ta like that. And of course we want to write the nawa. See, we have the na like that. Then we have over here, if you look at the chart, you see a wa. Where is it at? Sorry. Wa, right there. Like this. Okay? We have the word wa, so we have ba na wa. It means in our house. That's what it means. That's typically how you want to write it, okay? All right. All right. Okay. So we copy that down, we'll look at that for a second. Okay. There we go. So we have, let's see. Yeah, Waf Nawa. So typically, that's how we're going to write this. So you guys get a chance to write that down. Somebody tried to erase the board here. Did a poor job. They got a sheen on it. You know. Okay. Oops, use this color right here. Black, all right. In our house, then it's got preposition, in our house. You know, so if you want to write the connectors on that, you want to write ba by itself. You want to write, let me give you guys a chance to write that down so you'll see it. Well, that's how you would write the word. Give you guys a chance to write that down. We'll prep the board just a little bit. Okay. All right. Yeah. So when you want to write prepositions, you write them at the beginning so people understand what you've written. All right? And then, of course, the word, the base word, you want to build off of that with our, or you can have just the house. That's the whole idea. All right? Just like that. Yeah, somebody's put something on the sheen on the board here, so I'm just going to erase it off. You know, like that. Make it a little harder. And we'll go to the next sentence here. I'll just erase this off. And we'll go to the next sentence. And as you guys type in your notes, we're going to go to another word that we're going to use in a different way. Same idea. Same way, same form, same idea, and we'll go from there. Okay. I got this sheen off. There we go. Okay, now let's use, I mean, if you want to write like in a simple form, let's use a word like the earth. If I was going to write something like the earth, same way. Okay? It's got the same idea. Well, let's use this color. Same idea. The only earth is, of course, Arataza. And use that word like Ra-Taza. Like that. And of course, you want to use the same preposition. You want to use ha. And at this time, and you learning word structure, and you learning your sentence structure and everything the same thing. So when you got when you use the word like the earth, you know, then that's how you would spell that. Of course, you spell it like like that. Then you want to write a ra like that. That's just paleo. Okay, let's see what we have checking in. Young man D'Angelo, you haven't changed your call sign yet, huh? A cause? You know. I don't think you have. But go ahead and when you get time, you can put your cause size in. We'll clap it up for young man D'Angelo for getting this trooper status, and Mikey will just do that again also. Clap it up for both of them, all right? For getting your trooper status. So Rataza, glad to have you guys in class, man. All right. Now we have okay, a ra. Do you want to write like taza? Taza. Over here on the chart, you look over here. Bam. It's like this. And of course, on your connectors, you want to write something like ra, taza. All singular connectors, like, well, you know, independent, because that's how you would break that word down, arataza. you know. Go ahead and put this in black here. Well, we'll put it in red here. It's the. Let's see. Put it. It's running out there. The earth. Like that. There's your preposition right there. And a ratazah. There's your preposition. Of course, and you're using the word aratazah, you want to use, in the paleo, it looks like this. I mean, in Assyrian, it looks like this. Of course, this is a paleo. What we use, let's see. We're going to use a different color. Let's use a different color. Let's use a different color. Do it this way. Like this. So let's go. I'm going to use Ra. And then we want to use Tazah. Like that. But that will be wrong, so we have to use an ending connector. I'm sorry, ending character, sorry. So instead of using this Tazah, we don't want to use that. We want to use something like this, like this, like that. Okay? Because that Tazah right there, so we'll just kind of erase this one just to show you. That Tazah, and we'll just put it in there what it should be. Okay, there we go. We're going to say, I guess we can use, out on that one. Use this green right here. We'll go like that at the end of a sentence, because Tazah right here at the end of a sentence demands that you have that ending character right there. The more you get used to it, the better off you'll be. The more you get used to it, the better off you'll be. The more you get used to it. If you do it over and over again, then you'll understand that. You see? So, put the earth back up there. The more you get used to using it, the better off you'll be at doing it. We have a preposition up here. We have, let's see, the earth, RTH, all right? Then we have a preposition up here, another preposition, ha. Because we're using the word structure. I mean, you want to prepare this word to say the earth. And all words are like that, just as long as you understand the preposition that's in front of it. Okay? And ending character over here in Assyrian, you're going to use the ending character, aratazah. You're going to use the connectors, the applicable connectors right here. When you use that word, like that. Let's see. All right. There we go. Like that. All right. And then, of course, you can say in the earth. You say in the to show you here. I want to show you what that looks like. Show you what that looked like here in a second. Okay? In the earth. Alright? We'll go ahead and erase this off here because of the terrible sheen somebody put on here. Trying to erase the board. Alright? So we're gonna have a word like I mean, we can use the same thing we did last time, only we can just use a different word, different noun, like ha, earth, instead of bayaf. So we'll go like this. So we'll say ba, then we'll say ha, and then we'll say arataza. Like that. Same thing, only you're using different prepositions now. Ba, like that. Okay? Give you guys a chance to write that down. Because that's important, because all you gotta do is just change the noun up. Use those prepositions all day long, man. All day long. That's all you gotta do. Okay? That's all you got to do all day long. Same thing as this. We'll write that one down. Like that. Okay. So we write in the earth. And in the earth, of course, looks like this. Ba, be, ba. Same thing as here. In, preposition for it. Then we'll have ha, like this. That's the ha sound. Then of course you have the same thing, arataza. Well, we'll do this. Ara, then we have ara, then we have the taza. Like that. So we have ba, ha, rataza. We'll put the rata, well, what am I doing here? Nah, we don't want to do that. Baha, rataza. You can do it like that. all the same. So I mean, you know, that's you guys we'll write the let's write the Syrian for that. I'll show you what the Syrian looks like for that. Okay. We'll let you guys look at that for a second, and we'll write the Syrian, what the Syrian actually would look like for that. Okay. the sake of writing like this. Okay. Ba looks like that. Like this B. You just bring, all you're doing is just bringing things down here like this, and then just translating it just like that. Baha. Okay? Then you want to write ah, like that. Ra, sort of like that. Because it occurs at the end, you want to use the ending ending character, I'm sorry. Just like that. Baha arataza. Baha arataza. And that's the same thing, that's what you got for Assyrian. In the earth. So you guys write that in your book. Let's go ahead and write that down. Write that down. Okay? Alright. So in the earth. And of course, you know, a real simple real simple Hebrew word here. It's like this is a preposition. That's a preposition. This is a noun. That's how you write that. Not that hard to really understand that. Well, I mean it can be, but so that's how you write that. But that's how you want to write it. Let's put it that way. You want to write it to the sense of that you want to be able to utilize that every time. That same sentence structure that we write here, the same way. Like you want to use prepositions, you want to use possessive adjectives. In this case, you're always going to have some noun that you want to talk about. Sometimes you want to talk about a verb. So that's why we do it that way. You know, we may want to do it that way. So it's Baha, in the earth, okay? We'll get another word up here. All right. Okay. Baha Arataza. So let's erase this so it won't be too hard because of the sheen somebody put on the board here. Yeah, comes off pretty easy. Okay. Let's put another sentence up here. Well, I mean, we'll put another little structure so people can understand how that's written. Slide. Okay. Let's see, we're want to put down, put down a word like, let's see, what do we want to put down here? Like, we'll put down a word like Hebrew warrior. We'll show you, like here, Hebrew, like that. We'll use another color here. Also, Hebrew warrior. Like that. What's this words for this? Hebrew warrior. Alright. A word for Hebrew. We're going to put down Abaria. Yeah. Like that. That's what that word means. Abaria. Like that. Then we want to have the word for warrior is like Gabar, like one of our officers here. Okay? And of course, if you want to write like the Hebrew warrior, then of course you know the preposition. Type it up in the chat if you can remember. You know, how would you write the Hebrew warrior? If I was going to say the Hebrew warrior. I mean, how would I say that? You know, you got, in other words, if you guys can remember, I mean, I had it up here before. Let's see if you guys remember what we had. Put it in black here. Yeah, right here. What preposition would go before that? So you want to have something, Abaria Gabar. That means the Hebrew warrior by the time it's over with there. So let's see if we can figure that one out. Give you guys a few seconds there. Remember that one. If you can remember it. See if you can remember that. See if you can remember that, guys. The word for the, see if you guys can remember that. The word for the. The word for the, give you guys a few more seconds. Okay? The word for the. The word for the in Hebrew is ha. Like this. So, That, of course, is another preposition. Like this. It's another preposition. Because it goes before this word here. Abarith, the Hebrew warrior. You want to say that? That's how you would say that. The Hebrew warrior. Okay? That's what that is. The Hebrew warrior. Okay? And of course, let me see. Hold a minute. Put that in your notes, guys. It's locked. Okay. Okay. The Hebrew warrior. I mean, you know, and then we'll go and we'll spell it out here. Spell that out. Got ha, like that. Well, we'll erase that. We'll say let's put it up here. Ha, like this. That's ha. Same thing as the. And we're going to put I, like this, in paleo. Ha, then we're going to put a B, like that. A BA, ba. And then we're going to put an R. Plus this is paleo right here. We'll write the Syrian here in a second. Ba. Then of course we're going to write Ya, like that. So we have the Yah, then we want to put the two together there, so we got to put a Tha. So we would write the, it'd be like this. Ha, we're going to write Bar Yah, then we'll write Gabar here in a second. I, independent connected. Then we want to write Bar, dependent connected. Then we're going to write Yah, that's a dependent connected, just like that. Of course, we're going to write Gabar, right here. Well, you can write it like that, or you can write it like this. Like that. There we go. Ga, then you want to write a ba, then you want to write an R, like that. Okay? So it'll be like Ga, then you want to write like that. You want to write an independent connector on here. Ga, do you want to write bar, dependent connector, just like that. So write that down. Okay? All right. The Hebrew warrior. A lot of us are Hebrew warriors, man. The Hebrew warrior. Okay? And you want to write it in Assyrian. Of course, let's see. Put a little circle there. I want to write that in Assyrian. Is that necessary? Let's see. Let me get a, there. I'm gonna write, ha. I'm gonna do it like this. Ha. Like that. you want to write I, like this, like that. This I, you want to write a B, like this. We're going to write it down like below it there, like this. That's a B in Assyrian, of course. All right, then we want to write a Ra, like that. We want to write a Ya. Then we want to write a Tha, like that. Okay, then you want to write a Ga, put a little dot right there, like that. Ga. Then we'll write a B, another B, like that. There's a B right here. Ba, and then we want to write an R at the end. That's another, like R, just like that. And that's what we just wrote that word out. And of course, you don't have to use no ending connectors. Connectors on it, because it's Assyrian. So that's what that spells, the Hebrew warrior. Okay? That's what that spells. Makes it a lot easier to erase now. Okay? But that's how you write the Hebrew warrior in Assyrian and Paleo. So we'll give you guys a chance to write that down in your notes. You know, Hebrew words like that. Okay. Let's write a few more on this Friday night here. Let's write a few more of them. We'll write another. Let's show you the similarities in what we've been writing. A lot of words come out over here. Let's see here. You write the word like, write a word like woman. You know. And you can write let's see. What else do I want to write here? We'll say the virtuous woman. So we'll say kaya. We'll say virtuous. Like that. We'll write the word virtuous there. Okay? And that word would be, let's see, what's that word? Kayal. When it's a masculine form for some reason, but that's the way it's interpreted there. Okay, Kayal, and then of course the word for woman is Ayasha. Ayasha. Like that. Like when you write like a Proverbs 31 woman. Kayal Ayasha. I mean, that's how you would write that. Let's see who got checking in the class. I don't know. Crystal. Glad to have you in class, Crystal. I don't know where you're from, but just write a little bit about yourself. What tribe you from, Crystal? Which tribe are you from? Write that down, if you could, for me. Please. Baba Kwasha. Got virtuous woman. You know, like when we say, like the Proverbs 31 woman. You know, that's the same idea. Like Kayal Ayesha. You know, virtuous woman. That's how that's written. Well, Crystal, yes, write down in the chat what tribe you're from. All right? Let me know. Let me see what you got. See what tribe you're from. Okay? A little bit about yourself. We'll wait for you. If you could, for me. We'll wait to see what you got, Crystal. What tribe are you from? Write that up in the chat. Just type in the chat. You know, one of these tribes. I mean, you should know what tribe you're from. Just write in the chat. You know, just what tribe, which one of the 12 tribes are you from? You know, I'm assuming you're a woman. You know, you're Ayesha. So what tribe are you from? And maybe where you're from. At least those two things. I'd be at least happy with the tribe if you could for me, if you want to join us in the chat, if you could. Okay? And of course, you know, the word for like virtues is like the reason why it's written in there that way. Because it's a masculine noun, virtues, you know, meaning like strength, ability, wealth, efficient, you know, that's the idea of the word virtue. So it acclaims that to the man noun, but you know, of course, the woman is under the man, so you can say that can be a woman. She can use that because the man is called strong, strength, ability, wealth, efficient. And so that's why you teach your wives to be Proverbs 31 woman. You know, they may already have an enhanced feature there. You just want to enhance it, man, and show her how to become a Proverbs 31 woman. That's what you want to say, virtuous woman. Kayal Ayesha. That's what you want to say. And of course, the word for Proverbs is mashal. Like this. Mashal. And of course, for 31, you want to say, what is it? Shalash. Shalashyam. But if you want to say 31, dang it. You want to say Akkad, of course. Like that. That's 31. And of course, you want to say, what did I say? Proverbs is a shawl. Let me look it up again. Mashal. It's like Mashal. That's how you say it, Proverbs 31:1. We're still waiting on you, Crystal. I see you checked in the class. Glad to have you. Just tell me what tribe are you from, okay? So Proverbs 31:1. All right? But that's how you would write this word. You know, Mashal, Akkad, Shalashia. That's Proverbs 31, virtuous woman. Kayal Ashaya, Ayasha, Slakia. Kayal Ayasha. There's Mashal, Akkad, Shalashim. And then it says Kayal Ashaya. So you guys gonna write that down. I mean, that's good. That's like a decent word structure put together, you know. And put it in a sentence. But that's how you would write Proverbs 31 woman. You know, of course, you know what that is if you read it out of the Bible. It's a virtuous woman. Who can find a virtuous woman that's strong, efficient? You know, you teach her, that woman, because women by nature, you know, they want to help the man. That's they want to do that by nature. So enhance that. That's the whole point. So that's why you write this, just like you see it. Okay? Just like you see that. That's what you want to do. Proverbs 31:1. It's like this. Just like that. Okay? You guys write that down for a second. I guess Crystal must have checked in and then went to sleep on us. No. Let's see here. All right. As a matter of fact, we'll read it out of the Bible here. We'll show you, you know, where that came from. That word. Let's see here. Show the significance of writing that sentence there, because in word structure, so you can see, you put the breakdown here. Mashal, Proverbs, and then 31, if you see us in class, when we count up to 1,000 or beyond, a Akkad is the number 1, a Shalashim is 30, so that's 31, or 1 in 30, you know. And virtuous is Kayal Ayasha, woman there. And that's what the Bible is saying there. So when you write things down like that, let's see, let's find it here. Okay. Right, yeah. It says, let's drink, open them out. Who can, is it? Verse 10, it says, you can get it from there. Who can find a virtuous woman, man? For her price is far above rubies. It's hard to find a good woman that understands, that be able to help a priest and prophet to do what he needs to do to push this gospel, man. That's what we are. We're priests and prophets to push the gospel. So who can find for a virtuous woman? Kayal Ayasha. Kayal Ayasha. Proverbs 31 woman. I read it again. Proverbs 31 and 10. Who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is above rubies? You know, rubies are very expensive, man. You go down there and try to buy one, you'll see, you'll understand what I'm saying. So when you write this down in a sentence, you know, that's what it will look like. And he even said, let's go back, let's read one more below that. For her, the heart of her husband, or the mind of her husband, man, doth safely trust in her, man. He trusts in her because once he find her, you know, that's a strong woman, man. But that's how it's written right here. For the heart of a husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. So, in other words, he trusts her, man. You know, she ain't gonna go out there and commit adultery. You know, a Proverbs 31 woman, that's not likely for her to do that. We say she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life, man. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. That's what a Proverbs 31 woman is, and that's the word. We'll read it again. Mashal Akkad Shalasium. Proverbs 31. And virtuous woman, that's one of strength, one of efficiency, one of, one of efficiency, because the word comes from a man. It's a masculine noun, a masculine adjective, I believe. So when you use that, because it's describing the woman, a woman is a noun. What kind of woman? Well, a virtuous woman. You know, it's an adjective. You know, so, and it's kayal. But that's really attributed to a man when you break it down for the definition. But like I said, women use it because they're under that man, so they can use the word virtuous. That's where they get that from. Virtuous woman. Kayal Yasha. Virtuous woman. Who can find her? Her price is far beyond rubies, man. That's what that means. Who can find her? Not many. Not many men. Nope. You can find a virtuous woman like that. You know. Not many. Okay? I'll write down some similarities here so you guys can see some similarities in some of these characters. From week to week we try to do that. If I write like this and one like this, you know, they sort of look alike, look a lot alike, man. Or if I wrote down something like, you know, that's a ma, and this is a na. They look just alike. If I wrote down this one right here, that's a sa, you know. Or if I wrote down, let's say, I think we can use one like this one. That's a ka. You know, they sort of look alike, and that's why it's important to study your chart. Study to show yourself approved so you'll be able to understand what a lot of these look like. Here, I write this one down. This is one that people get a problem with all the time. I'll show you this one. Yeah, people have a problem with these all the time right here. You have like ha, you have ka, can see the difference. I mean, there's a difference in every last one of them. Okay? We're just kind of writing similarity in your word structure just so you'll be able to see the difference there. That's important. A lot of people see some of these things and don't know what they are. But I'm going to, let's see if I can find another one. Like you can find, here's one. You can find like ha. And of course, this is a ha. This is a ha. That's Paleo. This is Assyrian. This is a ka. And this is a tha. And of course, this is a sha in Paleo. This is a sha in Assyrian. And they look a lot alike. And that's why it's important to study these. You know, to study them. To look at them. And I'll just give you a little understanding, you know. Like the ha has an opening. The ka doesn't. And the tha has a club. That's pretty much the difference. So you guys copy those down so you'll see, so you'll understand the difference there. It's important. Then you have, let's see, you have the ha over here. It looks like a cone. Actually, it looks like the completion of a ka, but it's a ha. It just doesn't have that ladder. Doesn't have that. Doesn't have that effect. You know. Then you have the sa. Looks like it's just got a line which looks just, you know, it looks almost like the ka. And of course the ma, you know, the ma, you can see the W up in there. I mean a backwards M, I'm sorry. You turn it upside down, it looks like an M. Over here, this is like an N. And that's why they call them. Over here, this W is a sha. They look just alike, only one's curvier and one's like the straight W that we have in our own language. In the English language, I'm sorry, not our own language. But in the suppressors language down here, yeah, that's not us. And to reiterate, ha has a big old space, that's why I wrote it there. And ka, they ain't got no space there. Tha, it's got a club there. So I'm trying to get you guys to see the difference right there. Okay? Hope you can see that. All right? All right. And the sha, same thing, only one string. You can see it on the chart right here. Right there. That's the difference. One's Syrian and one's not. Okay? And the ma, right here. Na right there. All right. Okay? And the ha, the ka, and the tha. They all look just alike. And they are no kin to each other, other than the fact that they all fall under the Syrian chart. But they look alike, but they got total different sounds. Ha. Just remember, space for ha. Ka. And then the tha with the club on the end there. Just remember that. Okay? So we got time for maybe a couple more. Let's see, will they, let's see. I see two that look alike. Like if you write an R for Assyrian, like that, that's an Assyrian R. You know, kind of writing it real big there. If you write like a P, ending connector P, they look sort of alike. Yeah, they look sort of alike, if you see that. Okay? They're close to looking alike, let's put it that way. And you can write like, here's one. You can write, this is the Ra, this is the Pa for the Assyrian ending character. All right, those are both Assyrian. All right. Then you got what was the two I was getting ready to write? Something that looks not exactly alike, but I mean they favor, you know. Here's one. If I was going to write the I like this, and then I was going to write the Sa. That's I in Paleo. But in Assyrian, the Sa looks like this. Sort of like that. They sort of favor. You know, actually it really looks more like this. But you can see how they look a lot alike. Okay? That's how they look. And of course, you have the Ka and the Ka. Ka, Ka. And they look sort of alike. You got like a C with a little hook in the middle there. But in the Assyrian, it's just a C with no hook. That's the Assyrian. But they're both Kas. They both are Ka. To reiterate, that's an I sound right there in Paleo. This is a Sa sound in Assyrian. Slocky there. Okay. Over here, this is a Ra sound. And it looks sort of like this Pa right here. But it's an ending character, okay? And this Ka here, the only thing difference between the two is just that little stem right there in the middle. If you ain't careful, you'll miss it. You know. But you got to pay close attention to these till their variations and differences start to look negligible. And you really can't see it. You say, oh man, where did it go? You know, it's because you're getting familiar with it, you know. Let's see. And then you have a Da. Sometimes a Da sort of looks like that. Like, it's like a little stem. They sort of like that. They say like that. Really, over here, the chart, it doesn't show it. Because, you know, a regular Da for looks like that in the Paleo, but the Syrian looks like that. That's a Da, and this is a Syrian, right there. But they look the R and that sort of favors, if you're not, and I know I see a lot of people reading it, they get these two confused. The Ra, that's a Syrian. And the Da, that's a Syrian. They look alike. But it looks nothing like its real Da over in Paleo. Looks nothing like it. So you got to understand what you're looking at. Give you guys a second to write that down. Familiar. So you can see the familiar in them, okay? Okay? Let's see, we'll write one more, then we'll end it. let's see what we got over here. Because a lot of them, let's see. A lot of people, I mean, these don't look nothing alike, but a lot of people get this one confused. Like this Yah. Like I'll write it out real big here. Yah and Assyrian. Did I write that right? That'll look nothing like it. Okay, let's do that better. Assyrian. Okay? Alright, and then we're gonna write sort of how it looks. Sort of like that. Something like that. It's kind of like the smallest one up there. But that's a Yah. Okay? But the Yah in Paleo looks like this. It's a Yah. It just looks like that. They look nothing alike, but they have the same sound. It's time to help you with the chart here, because you know, you're gonna have to really learn this chart by yourself on your own, because I can show you, but you really learn by yourself on your own if you do that, if you think about it, okay? You really get it better like that. All right? I mean, I can show you in class. You get a lot better when you on your own reading it to the side, you know. So, all right. Okay. You guys got that down? Then we do the last one here. I showed you both the shahs. I mean, you know, I'm just writing some familiar words here, so you get them. I mean, some familiar characters. I'm sorry. Because we've written a lot of them. If you pay attention to them, something that's like you really can't get confused with is something like the tazah, like this tazah right here. That's a tazah. And if you look at it, it sort of spells itself out. Ta-zah. Right? And if you see that tazah, then you notice also that there is actually a zah, like that. Slide. There we go. Now both of those are paleo. Those are both paleos. And if you see this Z here, there's that little small Z right there. But it's got a long stem up here for tazah. But you see it's za. So they had some rhyme or reason going on right there. They just took a big za and put it up there. And hopefully you'll memorize these. You'll memorize these through your memory by just going over to class here. Okay? All right? Tazah. All right? Like that. But they are totally two different. They have some sound because you say ta, but you say za, that's the only sound that it has. But they're totally two different. Of course, all of them are different. But that's the familiar. We're talking familiarity. Familiarity in characters. That's all we're doing here toward the end of class here, so we'll understand, you know. And two other ones that people have really, I mean, that's a qua, QA, and that is of course paleo. Okay, paleo. course, the qua in the Assyrian looks like this. Looks nothing like that. Looks just like that. They're both quas, but this is Assyrian. You know, nothing alike. One looks like a, I don't know, like a popsicle, maybe. And this right here looks like a pea. Something like a pea, really. But that's what it looks like. But both have the sound, the qua sound. Qua. Like quataza or qua, quantum or just qua. I mean, that's the sound. Okay? All right? Okay. That's enough. Too much slickness up on the board. Somebody tried to clean it. Didn't clean it properly. So we gotta, too much washing to do. Security announcements. We are the Isupk, start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for the new brother or sister. When a brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Okay? Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. Okay? 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teach the priest fund. Free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upholding convocations, announce holy convocation from the sheet. Read Akim and Akwaf to read. Upholding convocation. The feast of dedication of Hanukkah, 25th day of the 9th month of the space of 8 days, Sunday, 28th November 2021, the 8 days, 1 Maccabees 4:52-61, okay? And I want to remind Akim and Akwaf, that's men and women, to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper, we have 2 new troopers, and we clap it up for them. Here in the South Carolina school, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, and headbands. For that we say, Shalom.